Grand River Robotics from Lely is here today, and they're doing some teat scoring. So I'm going to go out and watch them for a bit. They want to make sure they give us the best inflations when they put the robot in. So there's two ladies here today doing that. So I'll go out and see how that looks.
I'll finish up this roll and then we'll...
Sure.
So I got 22 so far there, Emma. Sorry, I got distracted by something.
Yeah, I read. 22, 5.5, and a 1.
Yep.
24 and a 1. 19, 5 and a 2. 19, 3.5 and a 1.
Fisher, yeah.
Does Fisher have a number or just a name?
They should all have numbers, but you have to read it off her tag.
I've just been writing the names.
Yeah, once we go by names here.
When we had to put cows in, they're like, I don't know their numbers.
It's going to be a real learning curve.
You can put in their names too. It's
Yeah.
great.
Ron says, well, I think we should change the computer that comes up with their name when we have to go fetch cows. I'm like, I don't think they're going to do that.
No, we can do that.
We can
Yeah?
do that.
Oh, yeah?
100%, yeah.
Okay. Well, he'll be happy.
I'll tell him I'll change it if he puts some cows in. If he enters some cows in the computer, then I'll change it for him.
I'll try. Yeah. He handles an iPad just fine.
21, 5 and 1. 20, 5.5 and a 3. 20, 5 and 1. 20, 5.5 and a 4.
Cool. So what's the tool look like? Okay.
So this is the liner tool. So we're measuring the length, the diameter of the teats, and then we're scoring the bottom of the teat 1 to 4 just to see their teat end health.
Okay. All right. How's it so far?
It looks good.
Yeah?
Actually look good. So
Fabulous.
Only got a few
Really?
down, but they look
Okay.
wonderful.
So what's the liner?
So she's better at this stuff than me. So the liner is the milking inflation that we're going to be using on the robot. So every farm that gets robots, we measure the teat end health and the teat length and diameter, so we can choose the right liner size for that robot.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
20, 4.5 and a 1. 20, 4.5 and a 1. 19, 3.5 and a 1. 19, 3.5 and a 1. 23, 6 and 1. 23, 6 and a 1. 21, 4.5 and a 1. 24, 6 and a 1.
It's June 18th. I don't think we've ever seen the fans read 31.5 degrees centigrade. Both of them, two fans, they each have their own thermostat. Look at that. That is hot. But there's a breeze. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Hair's getting blown a bit. Well, I have it in a braid, but there's no panting cows yet. This one looks a little bit hot. Okay. But it's better than being outside, that's for sure. That's what they look like. The middle of the barn here is where it's usually the worst for the cows. Before we had fans, I can remember cows just dripping water out of their mouth. And we weren't even keeping them in all day then. We couldn't. This one here looks a little warm. Hey girls. It's pretty hot. They get all the breeze this end because the windows at this end pulls it through. Supposed to be hot again all this week, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Wish we were in the new barn.
She's blind in her left layer.
Thank you.
22, 6, and 1. This is 107.
Are you finding many that are gonna be a problem with the robot, do you think? No?
They're looking pretty good so far.
Okay.
A good variety of size, I would say. Though.
Oh.
So we'll see what liner we get, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, we had a hard time getting the liner we have now and the milkers we have now. It took us a long time to get that figured out.
Yeah.
And then one time they didn't have it and they gave us a different one and we just had mastitis. Like, it was like almost instant. It was crazy.
Oh, nice.
No, don't need that.
Measure, so hopefully we'll have something that will work
Right.
well.
Okay.
And they're made of silicone, so they're gentler than your typical rubber liner.
Okay.
So they're like a little more accommodating.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a sports bra instead of a
Yeah.
I don't know if you will take that. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. It's for cows, right? Like, well, I think the ones we have are silicone because we don't have to change them very often, but
24, 5, and a 2. 25, 6.
well, it's okay.
6 and 1 were the last there.
Okay. Thanks, Cal. Appreciate it. So you said their tails have to be trimmed?
Yes.
Okay. So where would they have to be trimmed? Like on her?
Just to, like, bottom of her tail, so that.
Bottom of the tailbone?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I noticed on a couple cows that's fine because it's up nice and high, but there is a couple cows that their tailbone actually hangs below their udder.
That's okay.
That'll be
Yeah?
okay.
Yeah?
The robot will learn.
Okay.
Startup, we might have to hold a couple out of the way, but
Yeah.
it'll learn eventually.
Oh, okay.
That won't be a problem.
Get
All right.
smart.
Most of the tail trimming is just to keep it out of the brushes, so you
Right.
don't have them get caught and yeah.
And they don't get
Okay.
angry about it.
Yeah, exactly. That would not be pleasant. Yeah, so just leave the last one and yeah, because she can be a little bit sketchy.
Everybody has a sketchy cow.
Yeah, that's why she's down there. We just keep working away, making our collars. I set everything up here in our music room / living room. Put a little card table up so I can work on making the collars. They had to bring us some more zeros when they were here doing the teet assessment. Look at all these numbers. Yeah. And the collars, I have about 20 left to do. And I set up the computer in here. Here it is. While the ladies were here, they were doing an assessment. They did 50% of the herd. I had to tell them to go in on the left side of the cow because that's where we milk on and that's what they're used to. And especially when it's someone new in the barn, it's nice if they do what's normal for the cows so that they're not nervous and moving around. So that's something we just were talking about, is that when they're milked with the robot, they'll be milked on the other side. So Is that something we should think about changing like a week before we move, that we milk them on the other side? I don't know. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video.